The power of walking away. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must make a choice between comfort and growth, a choice between familiarity and freedom, a choice between staying where they are tolerated and going where they are valued. And that choice often requires one of the hardest things a human being can do: walking away. Not because you stopped caring, not because you became cold, not because you gave up, but because you finally realized that staying was costing you more than leaving. For years, many people remain trapped in situations that drain their energy, relationships that break their spirit, friendships built on convenience, environments that suffocate their potential. They stay because they hope things will change. They stay because they fear being alone. They stay because they remember who people used to be. But listen carefully. Never allow your memories to become a prison. Never allow the past to convince you to ignore the present, because who someone was is not always who they are today, and what something once meant to you may no longer serve your future. Sometimes walking away is not losing. Sometimes walking away is winning. Winning back your peace, winning back your confidence, winning back your identity, winning back your life. The truth is, many people are afraid of loneliness. But there is something far worse than being alone. Being surrounded by people who make you feel alone. Being in a room full of people and still feeling unseen. Still feeling unheard. Still feeling unappreciated. Still feeling invisible. That kind of loneliness slowly destroys the soul. And that's why walking away becomes necessary. Not because you hate them, but because you finally love yourself enough. There is power in leaving what no longer aligns with your purpose. There is power in refusing to settle. There is power in choosing your future over your comfort zone. The strongest people are not always those who fight the hardest battles. Sometimes the strongest people are those who know when the battle is no longer worth fighting. Because not every door is meant to remain open. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Not every chapter belongs in your future. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack for years. Inside are old disappointments, old betrayals, old resentments, old expectations, old fears. The longer you carry it, the heavier it becomes. And eventually you realize something important. You were never meant to carry it forever. The moment you put it down, you feel lighter. The moment you release it, you can breathe again. The moment you let it go, you can finally move forward. That is the power of walking away. It creates space. Space for healing. Space for growth. Space for opportunities. Space for peace. Space for the life that has been waiting for you. Many people think courage is holding on, but sometimes courage is letting go. Sometimes courage is saying, "I've done all I can do. I deserve better than this. I will not abandon myself anymore." That is courage. Real courage. Because letting go often means stepping into uncertainty. And uncertainty is frightening. You don't know who will stay. You don't know what comes next. You don't know how everything will work out. But growth has always required faith. Every new beginning starts with uncertainty. Every transformation begins with discomfort. Every breakthrough begins with a decision. And that decision often sounds like this: enough is enough. No more shrinking. No more begging. No more chasing. No more sacrificing my peace for temporary approval. No more settling for less than I deserve. From this day forward, I choose myself. Not in arrogance, not in selfishness, but in self-respect. Because self-respect changes everything. It changes how you think. It changes how you speak. It changes what you tolerate. It changes who has access to your life. And once you develop self-respect, there are places you can never return to. You can never again pretend not to see what you've already seen. You can never again ignore what your intuition already knows. You can never again become the person you used to be. Because growth changes you. Wisdom changes you. Healing changes you. And that's a beautiful thing. The people who truly belong in your life will understand. They won't demand that you shrink. They won't punish your growth. They won't fear your boundaries. They will celebrate them. Because healthy people respect healthy boundaries. Healthy people encourage growth. Healthy people want to see you thrive. The wrong people leave when you change. The right people stay because of it. So if someone walks away because you finally chose yourself, let them. If someone becomes angry because you stopped accepting disrespect, let them. If someone complains because they no longer control your life, let them. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is protecting your peace. Your responsibility is honoring your worth. Your responsibility is becoming the person you were created to be. And that journey requires courage. The courage to leave. The courage to grow. The courage to trust yourself. The courage to begin again. Remember this. Every ending creates a beginning. Every closed door creates a new path. Every goodbye creates room for a new hello. And every step away from what hurts you is a step toward what heals you. So walk away from the lies. Walk away from the manipulation. Walk away from the disrespect. Walk away from the fear. Walk away from everything that requires you to abandon yourself. And walk toward peace. Walk toward purpose. Walk toward freedom. Walk toward the future waiting for you. One day you'll look back and realize that walking away was not the moment you lost something. It was the moment you found yourself. And that changed everything. Ascenixa. Rise, focus, become, and remember, you never walk alone.